Hello there once again. This is Earl Bryant coming at you from the New York City suburbs of Long Island, and it's time for Earls from Earl. And it is my mission to educate, edify, and encourage excellence in every area of your life. Today's Pearl is called Failure, a Label or a Lesson. Generally speaking, most people today know how to walk, talk, feed themselves. But when all of us were born, we possessed none of those skills. We didn't know a thing about that. We had to learn that from other people. We watched other people walk, talk, feed themselves. And we learned through the process of observation and imitation. When I was growing up, it was very simply defined as 4 words. Monkey see, monkey do. So as babies, as infants, as toddlers, we saw people walk. And we were inspired and got to a point where we decided we wanted to try it. But of course we had to crawl first and then walk. We saw people talk. We were inspired by their example. So we decided we would try to talk as well, even though we may have stumbled and struggled with a few syllables at first. We saw people feed themselves, and at some point in time, when we got to be toddlers and on up into young childhood, we started to feed ourselves too. Now, as is normal in the process, when you're trying something new for the first few times in your life, you don't know what you're doing, you're going to struggle. You're going to stumble, you're going to fall, you're not going to get it quite right. Point blank, you're going to fail. But nobody actually comes up with that word and calls it failure. They don't call you a failure. They realize that you're struggling, that you're stumbling, that you're learning something new, and it's part of the process. But you're not always going to be in that state. As you stay with it, as you keep going, eventually you're going to be competent enough and proficient enough to be able to walk and talk and feed yourself successfully. But failure is part of the process of learning how to do those things. And nobody questions that. It's not a problem at all. However, when you get to about school age, somewhere between the ages of 5 and 10, the rules begin to change. There's a shift in expectation, and there's a shift in perspective. Because before, say, the age of 5 or school age, where you were encouraged during your struggles to keep at it, to try again, don't let it get you down, we'll support you, we'll cheer you on, the script gets flipped once you get to school age, especially at the age of 5. More and more you are told when you struggle, when you stumble, when you have some difficulty, that you should know how to do these things by now. That you should have learned it, or you should have picked up on it easier, you should have absorbed the material, you should be better than what you are. And as a result, the child gets hurt and confused because oftentimes it is the people who supported them when they were younger who are now berating them for struggling and say, well, you shouldn't be struggling now, you should know this should be easy for you to pick up on. And they get confused, they get bewildered, they get hurt and embarrassed, even ashamed, because they are told, in contrast to their early part of their life, that failure is not a lesson, it's a label that must be avoided at all costs, and the only way to be successful is not to achieve failure and learn how to overcome it, but is to avoid it. And then you have people who become not only afraid of failure, but afraid of even trying. It was Shakespeare who was very wise when he wrote, "Our doubts are traitors, and they make us lose the good we oft might win by fearing to attempt." Because you have many people who've grown up, even into adulthood, and they're afraid of trying new things because they're afraid of the failure, but also afraid of the struggle because they have it in their minds that they should be able to pick up on something the first time they do it, the next time they do it, every time they do it, it should be easy, it shouldn't be a struggle, it should be smooth sailing, and that's just not true. If you look at people today who are considered successful, and you look at people today who are considered unsuccessful, you're going to find something very startling. The people who are successful retain that lesson that they learned in childhood, and they still apply that lesson today. That failure is part of the process that leads to success. That as you fail, you're really just finding out what didn't work and you're making adjustments along the way. Thomas Edison is considered one of the greatest innovators in this country's history. And when he was asked about all the failures that he encountered when creating or inventing the light bulb, his response was spot on. He said, "I have not failed. I've just discovered 10,000 ways that don't work." And he never let those failures discourage him from trying again and trying again, over and over and over, until he came up with the way to create the incandescent light bulb. He didn't let all those failures stop him, because he knew those failures did not define him. They were just a temporary delay on the way to the success that he was inevitably going to achieve. Now, you look at people today who are considered unsuccessful, and they still have it in their minds that failure is something that needs to be avoided at all costs, and only success will do. They live by the motto, failure is not an option, and they fail to understand that failure can be an opportunity to learn how to do something better if you learn what doesn't work, and you're aware of what doesn't work, and you're willing to make adjustments. As I sit here right now, it is Labor Day. Labor Day is considered the unofficial end of summer, which means we're transitioning into the season known as autumn or fall. And the favorite sport that is played in this country during this time of the year is football. Now, football in America and football in other parts of the world, known as soccer in America, have something in common. It's called halftime. At halftime, the teams go back to their locker room or their dressing room, and the coach or manager gets up and speaks to his team. And he talks about three things. He talks about what worked during the first half of play. He talks about what did not work during the first half of play. And then he also talks about the adjustments that they're going to make to correct all those things that did not work during the first half of play. Every single successful team understands that there are things that they try, things that they attempt, that don't work. It's part of the process of success. They embrace the fact that some things that they attempt are not going to work, and they need to make adjustments. The best coaches in every single sport, whether it's football, soccer, basketball, even hockey, where they have intermissions, and they have 2 of them per game, understand that failure is part of the process, and it's an opportunity to make adjustments. It was Henry Ford who wisely said that failure is the opportunity to begin again more intelligently. And it was Winston Churchill who said that success is the ability to go from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm. But they understood that failure is what Napoleon Hill called temporary defeat. It does not have to be permanent, it does not have to be a label. And in fact, I'll tell you this, people who are truly successful do not allow the criticism of others to stick to them. They have not only what I call a thick skin, but a slick skin. They let it slide off of them like water off a duck's back, because they realize that someone's opinion of them, as Les Brown wisely said, does not have to become their reality, and that what others think of them is none of their business. They don't try to define themselves by the criticism of other people, because they realize their identity comes from within and not from without. People who are considered unsuccessful worry about what others think of them, because they believe that their success is defined by other people. And they fail to realize what Lao Tzu said, which was this: care what others think, and you will always be their prisoner. So, in the long run, failure and success can be defined by yourself or by others. You can see failure as a label slapped on you from the outside, or you can see failure as a lesson that you learn from the inside, where you find ways to adjust and to apply yourself differently so that you can become better, you can improve, and you can get closer to the success that you want. So in the long run, it's failure, a label, or failure, a lesson. Your call. This has been another Pearl from Earl. I hope you got some value out of this. If you have, please do me the honor of giving me a like, giving me a thumbs up. If this is information that you believe would benefit others, please feel free to share it with others that you believe would be blessed by it as much as you have been. And if you're on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. I certainly would appreciate that too. And if you have any comments, I would welcome those as well. Now, this is one of the many lessons that I've learned from a group of people that I have come to not only meet and know, but appreciate over these past several months. They have taught me lessons such as these, that failure is an opportunity to learn, to become a success, and that it's a temporary defeat and a temporary setback. It doesn't have to define you, it doesn't have to delay you, and it certainly doesn't have to deny you from success. They have given me all these lessons and more, and they are a group of loving, caring, very wise individuals. We're a community, we're like a family, we help each other, we support each other, we pick each other up when we fall, we help each other, we make adjustments, and set ourselves on a course to success. If you believe that this is the type of group that can help you, not only personally but professionally, and to help you to enrich every single area of your life, give a comment below that you're interested, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Facebook, or any other social media that you're watching this on, and I will be glad to get in touch with you and give you information that will put you in touch with them so that you can find out if they're a good fit for you. In fact, you can take a test drive and for $10 for 10 days and find out if the information that they share can be beneficial to you or to someone that you care about. And if you're on YouTube, you can look below this video and click on the link, and it will take you there, and you'll be able to see what the community has to offer and see if it's a good fit for you as well. It has been my honor to serve you this day with another Pearl from Earl. I hope you got some value out of it. As I said before, please share it with people that you know and that you care about. And until the next time, when I see you right back out there with yet another Pearl from Earl, you take care, you make it a great day, and be blessed. Bye for now.